We're very well aware of the physical impacts the summer can have on our bodies. It is miserable for a couple months, especially if you're not using sunscreen or hydrating enough. Be safe out there, but our mind can also take a toll with these higher temperatures. So here to explain that for us this morning is James Atkinson. He's with ThriveWorks Counseling. Good morning, James.
Good morning.
All right, James, so we're getting into the heat of summer. We're going to kick this right off. Can you tell us what impacts that heat can have on our mental health?
Yes, ma'am. So poor sleep is definitely a big factor. Research has shown that air temperature can directly affect the quality of your sleep as well as the quantity. When you aren't sleeping well, your hormones get thrown off balance and cortisol levels increase. Another problem with heat and medication is less effective sometimes, especially with a lot of our psychotropic meds and antidepressants, especially if you become dehydrated.
All righty. And we know that there's a variety of things that happen to the mind when we're dealing with extreme heat. Any anxieties that may pop up, James?
Yes, ma'am. Certainly, there are quite a few anxieties. First off, again, we've got worry about the climate change. We're seeing increased storms, as well as our ability to work outside. It also hinders our, again, the social changes could lead to increased drug and alcohol use as well.
Absolutely. It's a tough time for a lot of people out there dealing with addiction. And of course, when it's hot outside, we tend to want to stay indoors or at least somewhere with access to AC, right? We just want to avoid the heat at all costs. So does the temperature have an effect on our social lives or the way we interact with others?
Definitely. It increases our loneliness from isolation. We tend to stay inside when the temperature goes up, trying to stay into the air conditioning. There's a report out there that in the U.S., a lot of our cities have shut down cooling centers as well as libraries and places where people would usually gather. And the social factor becomes a major factor, just like it did during COVID.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. So what advice do you have for those of us in North Texas as we prepare for this summer weather?
Certainly. So hot cars are definitely deadly. We know that from years and years of experience with this. The temperature inside can quickly get to 120 degrees. Staying hydrated, lots of fluids, avoiding caffeine and alcohol as much as possible. Checking on family and friends, being neighborly, just getting to know your neighbors and making sure everybody's doing okay so that they're not spending that time alone. If you don't have air conditioning, certainly look for places that are cooler, schools, theaters, malls, places that are free that you can go to, libraries. Avoid any temperature changes that you can. The extreme shift in temperature can be a big factor. Slowing down, staying indoors, avoiding heavy work during the hottest part of the day. Outdoor activities, better to do in the evening or early morning hours.
All right.
The best system is go ahead.
Sorry. One more thing, just real quick, we've got to wrap, but this is all great advice. Was there something else you wanted to mention?
Checking on our animals, being sure that they have water and shelter so that they can stay cool as well.
Perfect. I'm so glad we squeezed in that last bit of advice. Got to protect the animals too. So if you want to reach out to James and other professionals at ThriveWorks, you can visit the link that's on your screen right now, if we can get that up. That'll have more resources for you. James, thanks so much for joining us here on Daybreak.
Thank you for having me.